Ok, la leçon est sur le verbe s'appeler. Le verbe s'appeler. What a weird verb in French. We're going to learn how to say my name is and what's your name and all these questions around names of people, but also names of movies, names of streets. So make sure to open the lesson book at the right page. We always start with the pure form of a verb when we learn a verb. So let's write it down. S apostrophe A P P E L E R. The apostrophe, l'apostrophe is not something that will interrupt your pronunciation. So it's not a, it's more like a shortcut. Ça. And we'll see later why we have this S apostrophe. Ça-peut-les. Ensemble. Ça-peut-les. Encore. Ça-peut-les. Remember the word janvier? ER at the end sounds like A, like a smile. Janvier. Premier. Premier. Well, it's the same for s'appeler. Exactly the same. S'appeler. So the translation is to be named or to call oneself. Super weird, but that's what it is. It's a very weird way we French have to give our names. Remember, a new language is a new vision, a new way to see things. We don't say I am Thomas, we say I call myself Thomas. Je m'appelle, and you can write down your name next to je m'appelle. Je m'appelle Thomas. I call myself Thomas. Note that here it's M apostrophe, not S apostrophe anymore, and the L doubles. Comparing with s'appeler, the infinitive, you can hear the double L. Let's try together. S'appeler. You hear that it goes like s'appeler, and now it's je m'appelle. Encore, again, je m'appelle. Très bien. And now, tu t'appelles. Tu t'appelles. Still, double L, and there is an S at the end of the verb s'appeler. Just for pleasure, you know, just for the beauty of it. We don't pronounce it, it's useless. That's when you learn French. You have to memorize the writing, and you have to memorize the pronunciation too. Tu t'appelles. Tu t'appelles. With an S at the end that you don't pronounce. How do we ask, what's your name? C'est facile. Comment tu t'appelles? 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 We can even reverse tu and t'appelles to ask, comment t'appelles-tu? Comment t'appelles-tu? Ensemble? Comment t'appelles-tu? Or even, tu t'appelles comment? Tu t'appelles comment? Répète. Tu t'appelles comment? Comment t'appelles-tu? Comment tu t'appelles? Très bien. And now the L form, elle s'appelle, elle s'appelle, double L, no S at the end of the verb. That's pretty confusing with English, because most of the time in English, a verb ends with an S. He dances, he works, she travels. En français, don't put an S at the end of a verb with il and L forms. So elle s'appelle, still double L, S apostrophe this time. We've seen that je m'appelle, it was M apostrophe. Tu t'appelles, T apostrophe, and elle s'appelle. We can actually translate literally, which means word by word. I myself call. You yourself call. She herself call. And in the infinitive, the s'appeler, the S apostrophe stands for oneself, to call oneself. Don't try to make everything extremely clear. That doesn't work like this. With a new language, it's trying to understand a new way of thinking. So this is the same for every new language. It questions yourself a little bit. It tests your resistance to change. Always interesting to pass through this process. Now, il s'appelle, it's exactly the same. All verbs are conjugated the same with elle and il. So, il s'appelle, exactly like elle s'appelle, and after you can give the name of the person. If you ask me the name of my brother, comment il s'appelle? I'm answering, il s'appelle Benoît. And if you ask me the name of my mom, comment elle s'appelle? I'm going to answer by saying, elle s'appelle Simone. But you can also ask me, comment il s'appelle? Or comment elle s'appelle, referring to objects. For example, what's the name of my favorite restaurant? Comment il s'appelle? And what's the name of the street where I live? Comment elle s'appelle? So very important to understand that il and elle still refers to people or things, concepts. Okay? Now, elle, il, and then on. Why do we have elle, il, on in the same row? Because these three subject pronouns, even though they mean very different things, she or it, he or it, and we, all means we, well, these three subject pronouns still conjugate the verbs the same way. All verbs are conjugated the same way. Same verb for elle, il, on. So how do we say our name is? On s'appelle. On s'appelle. Maybe weird to think of a way to say our name is, but think of a band, a group of people who start a company, maybe with your siblings. On s'appelle, and you give your family name. And then the form nous. Nous appelons. First thing, remember we don't say nous, we say nous. Nous. Second thing, there is only one L. Appelons. It's not appellons, it's appelons. We go down before the L. Appelons. And the third and most important thing is what we call the liaison. To read a bit about the liaison, you can consult the page just before. The liaison is a blending of sounds between certain words. It happens when two conditions are met. First condition, one word ends with a silent consonant. What is a consonant? It's a letter which is not a vowel. What is a vowel? A vowel is a letter that you pronounce by opening your mouth. The air passes through your teeth. A, E, I, O, U are the vowels in French. You can also note that the letter Y, the Y, has a special status in French. Same for the H, but we won't talk about this now. There are two types of letters, the vowels and the consonants. So the consonants are simply the letters which are not vowels. There are only a few vowels. There are many more consonants than vowels. In French, we say voyelle et consonne. B, C, D, F, G, etc. are examples of consonants. So let's recap. First condition, one word ends with a silent consonant, a letter which is B, C, D, F, G, etc., etc. Second condition for the liaison, the word that follows starts with a vowel. So we need these two conditions to do a liaison. Let's come back to our example. And let's see where we have words ending with silent consonants. We have three words, nous, and appelons. For these three words, the final S is silent. The S is very often silent in French. You don't want to say nous. Even if you do want to say it, don't say it. Nous, the S is silent. So we have our first condition checked. Now let's see which word starts with a vowel. Nous doesn't start with a vowel, but the verb appelons does start with the vowel A. So we do have a liaison situation here. One word ends with a silent consonant, and the word that follows starts with a vowel. What are we going to do then? Well, it's about how it's going to sound like. You must create a Z sound, as if the silent S becomes a Z. It should be nous appelons. Now, what is very important with the liaison is the pace. Don't do the liaison too early. Nous, non. Don't do the liaison in between the words either. Nous nous appelons? No, that's not the right way to do it. The liaison kicks the word that starts with the vowel. Nous nous appelons. Nous nous appelons. So one trick for you here. Take your time. Nous, have a cup of tea, write an email, call your friends, watch an episode of your favorite series, and then come back to your sentence. Appelons. So the A sounds like za now. Nous nous appelons. Nous nous appelons. And this is how you do a liaison. We'll see little by little other situations of liaison. You'll see that the S and the X change to a Z sound. The D changes to a T sound, and the F changes to a V sound. For all the other consonants, the sound won't change. For example, the N will remain a N sound. Extremely important, the liaison is mandatory between pronouns and verbs. If you don't do the liaison, if you say nous nous appelons, I might think of Apollo, space travels. French people might not understand what you're saying, as weird as it is. Nous nous appelons, nous nous appelons. And what does it mean again? We call ourselves. Like on s'appelle, just more fancy, remember? Nous nous appelons. Ça va, c'est bon? Tu comprends? Allez, on continue. Why do we say nous twice? We've seen that the S apostrophe in the infinitive changes for M apostrophe for je. To say I call myself, we say je m'appelle. And then it changes for T apostrophe, tu t'appelles. It means you call yourself. And then elle s'appelle, il s'appelle, on s'appelle. For nous, it's going to be very special. For nous, the S apostrophe of the infinitive, the pure form of the verb, changes for nous. We say nous twice. Nous appelons. Nous appelons. The first nous can be translated by we, as we've learned, and the second one would be ourselves. In other words, the first nous, to get a little technical, is a subject pronoun, and the second nous is called a reflexive pronoun. They have different missions. Why are they the same with nous, and why it's not the case for je, tu, elle, il, on? Parce que. Because. Just parce que. You have two different types of pronouns. We call ourselves. Nous appelons. It's going to be the same for vous. Vous appelez. Many things are the same here. We have vous twice. The first vous is the subject. The second vous is the reflexive, the one receiving the action. You call yourself. And appeler start with a vowel. So we make a liaison. Vous appelez. Vous appelez. Oh, one more thing which is the same. One L here again. Vous appelez. Vous appelez. Again. Vous appelez. Vous appelez. Très bien. It sounds similar with the infinitive because at the end of the word, the verb, EZ sounds like ER, but it's not exactly the same because in the infinitive, S apostrophe A sounds like sa, like a snake. S'appeler, but here is vous, z, like a bee, zappeler. Vous appelez. And we finish with they. Comment dit-on they for girls? How do we say they for girls? Elle. Do we pronounce the S at the end? Elle. And comment dit-on they for boys? Il. Très bien. Il. We don't pronounce the S either at the end of il. Comment dit-on they for boys and girls? For a group mixed. The masculine is the one we will use for boys and girls, remember? So il. Now, the verb is going to be s'appelle. Double L, ENT at the end, but you don't pronounce the ENT. It's a tourist trap. Il s'appelle and elle s'appelle sound exactly like the singular. I know it's crazy. It sounds exactly the same. So il s'appelle, elle s'appelle, elle s'appelle. How do we know we're referring to they or he or she? Well, French is not a very efficient language, you know. You have to give a lot of credit to the context. That's why we're using our hands all the time. Make sure to make it clear when you speak with people. Context of the conversation. Now let's restart from the very beginning. The infinitive, the pure form of the verb. Repeat after me. Répète après moi. S'appeler. Je m'appelle. Tu t'appelles. Elle s'appelle. Il s'appelle. On s'appelle. Nous appelons. Don't forget the liaison. Again. Nous appelons. You know the ending ONS, the S is silent, of course. Vous appelez. Again, vous appelez. Elle s'appelle. Il s'appelle. Let's do it again together, a little faster. S'appeler. Je m'appelle. Tu t'appelles. Elle s'appelle. Il s'appelle. On s'appelle. Nous appelons. Vous appelez. Elle s'appelle. Il s'appelle. Très très bien. One more time, encore une fois, a little faster. S'appeler. Now wait. Je m'appelle, tu t'appelles, il s'appelle. Let's go. Nous nous appelons, vous vous appelez, il s'appelle. Again, and you've noticed that we don't pass through il, elle, on because the verb is always the same. I'm going to do exactly the same, and I'll do it for elle. Ensemble. S'appeler. Je m'appelle, tu t'appelles, elle s'appelle. Nous nous appelons, vous vous appelez, elle s'appelle. Très très bien. We try one more time. This time I'm going to say the whole verb. But we start first together with the infinitive. S'appeler. Now you wait. Je m'appelle, tu t'appelles, il s'appelle, nous nous appelons, vous vous appelez, il s'appelle. Let's go. Encore. Je m'appelle, tu t'appelles, elle s'appelle. Nous nous appelons, vous vous appelez, elle s'appelle. Très très bien. Super. Bon travail. C'est bon? C'est clair? Ça va? Allez, à plus.